If you are a beach wave girl, if you like beach waves, y'all, this kind of just got me hyped. Hey guys, it's your girl Beauty's Advocate here and welcome back to my channel. As I promised you guys last week, today we are going to review the BabylissPro Root Reacher Flat Iron. This is from their Studio Design series and I'm excited to tell you guys all about this one and who I think it's actually made for. And then a little later in the video, we'll demo this one because I actually haven't attempted to curl my hair with it yet. These are the results that I got from it. These are pretty old results because it's been 12 days since I did my hair, but I will demo that for you guys so that you can see how it works. So without further ado, we can just jump right into this one and get started. First things first, this thing retails for $110 in the US. You can purchase it off of Babyliss's website or at a place like Ulta Beauty. I'll include all of those links in the description box below. This flat iron is very interesting. It has a digital gauge on it that goes up to 450 degrees. One thing that I did think was interesting about that is the scale does jump. I will insert some footage of the scale jumping. So you still kind of only get those, you know, few stops that they allow you to have. Just as with their blow dryer, this does feature that carbon ionic technology to help you get freeze-free, shiny, and sleek results. And another interesting thing about this flat iron is the shape of it. As you can see, it has a teardrop shape, and this part is supposed to help you get as close to the roots as you possibly can. One thing that I think is interesting about this design is that it still gives you obviously a much wider plate. Typically when we want to get close to the roots, we'll use like a 1 inch or a 1/2 inch flat iron to really get in there. With this design, they decided to give you the best of both worlds and make the tip extremely small so that you could really get in there. This flat iron also has a true ion generator, which also, you know, helps seal that cuticle later to give you those sleek and shiny results. And they are ceramic coated plates, so not 100% ceramic, but ceramic coated. So if you remember from my BabylissPro porcelain ceramic video review that I did a little while ago, you know that can wear over time, but I think this is moderately priced. It is $110 versus, you know, almost $200 for some of their higher end flat irons. So I think that this is priced appropriately for that. One cool feature that I noticed with this is that it does have a switch here so you can turn on an auto off feature. Thank you guys so much for including that. Y'all know I've talked about this before as an option where I said, you know, if you are buying this for someone who's in high school or someone who's just, even yourself, if you're a little, you know, forgetful at times, at least you know like this one will shut off. I think that's a very, very important thing for some flat irons to include, especially if you are gearing them towards both professionals and consumers. Having the option to have an auto shut off feature is perfect. Okay, these plates are 1.5 inches, so it is pretty wide. I think that is an important distinction to make because if you have shorter hair, this probably will not be the iron for you if you're looking for one iron that can do everything. If you have medium to longer length hair, this one will probably be perfect because, you know, you have that wider plate to kind of help you get down that hair shaft and keep the result smooth. And then you have the little teardrop shape to help you get to the roots. And this does actually get to the roots, which is pretty nice. And this does have a 9-foot cord. It is made of fabric, and the best part, it does swivel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all know I refuse to buy a flat iron that does not swivel. There's no reason why flat irons should not swivel nowadays, but this one does, so there's that. And just as with the blow dryer, this does have a 5-year limited warranty. So if anything ever were to happen to this, just know that you do have that limited warranty to work with. Okay, now let me tell you guys what this flat iron was like to use. So one interesting thing that you have to like actually be cognizant of is how you pick up the flat iron to flat iron your hair. And what I mean by that is when I'm holding it this way and I'm flat ironing down this way, as you can see, the skinny part is close to my root so you can touch it. But if you move to the other side, you need to remember to flip it before you go into flat iron a piece so that this piece can still be the closest piece to your roots. There was a couple of times that I picked it up and I accidentally used the wrong side, and honestly it still got the roots pretty well, which I was surprised about after I realized I was using it the wrong way. I kind of felt back there and I was like, oh, they're still straight. So But I will say, you know, I like to use things the way that they're intended to be used. So if you are like really, really focusing on the root, make sure you pay attention to the orientation of the flat iron. With this flat iron, I did get pretty smooth and silky results. I used it at around 410. That was my personal sweet spot. Anything lower than that, it was straightening it, but I didn't get that shine. And what I really, really look for in a flat iron is to have that shine coming down. Now that's pretty normal for me, even with my BabylissPro Prima 3000. That's around the temperature that I need to use as well. With the other flat iron that I have, the blue one from Babyliss, I can't even tell you what temperature I use. And with the porcelain ceramic flat iron, I'm also allowed to use around 400 degrees to straighten as well. So this is pretty good for that. Another thing that I liked is that it truly did give me very smooth and shiny results that also lasted. Like I said earlier, in this video that I'm filming right now, it's been 12 days since I flat ironed my hair. I've, you know, done a lot of stuff. I've worked out. I've worked on my house. I've sweated a lot over the past 12 days, and it still feels really well. My roots are, you know, kind of starting to grow again, and my hair is almost at that point where it's beginning to revert back, but it is still very straight, very silky. I think that it's very shiny, and I like it a lot. Another thing that I noticed is kind of like how the weight is of this flat iron. It doesn't feel as light as the BabylissPro Porcelain Ceramic Flat Iron or the BabylissPro Nano Titanium Ultra Thin Flat Iron that I own, but it kind of feels a little bit lighter than the BabylissPro Prima 3000 flat iron. So if you're thinking and considering something based upon weight, keep that in mind. It is going to be a little bit more on the heavier side of Babyliss's line of flat irons, but not quite as heavy as the Prima 3000. I didn't notice anything while using it. The weight was not an issue for me at all. I think it's distributed correctly and evenly, unlike, you know, one of the last flat irons that I reviewed from Sally's that was by Babyliss. This one is actually distributed well, so you don't notice it while you're using it. But if you have arthritis, if you have any type of issues in your arms or your joints or your hands, this may not be the iron for you. You may want to go with something lighter like the porcelain ceramic or like the nano titanium ultra thin. But if not, this one will work. Okay, y'all, I'm a little skeptical of whether or not this flat iron can curl. I purposely waited this late to flat iron my hair because I knew that I have a hair appointment coming up soon, and I was like, if it does not curl it the way that I want my curls to look, I didn't want it to look that way. So let's see what the curls actually look like. Spoiler alert, I did see someone on TikTok curl their hair with this thing, and it worked a lot better than what I was expecting it to. So I don't know. Let's test it out, y'all. Okay, I am definitely going to use a thermal spray on this. Y'all know I don't do anything without my heat protectant. It protects up to 450 degrees. I have the flat iron set at 375. I feel like I should start with using this end because it's more round. I almost feel like if I curl with that end, I'm not going to get the best results. So let's see. I'm just going to do the like one turn thing. Oh, look at that. Oh, I actually think this would probably produce some of those like super pretty, like more like beach waves. As you can see, I mean, it's a 1.5-inch plate, so you shouldn't expect a really tight curl from this regardless. But I think that that's so cute. And this is how the girls looked on TikTok too, so that makes so much sense. Look at how adorable that is. You could do the cutest beach waves. If you are a beach wave girl, if you like beach waves, y'all, this kind of just got me hype. I'm like, should I finish the rest? Like, that looks good. Okay, so who do I think this flat iron is made for? I honestly think this flat iron is made for consumers. Especially, I feel like if you are a salon professional, you probably have a pressing comb and all of these other tools at your disposal anyway that you're normally going to use on clients. especially because it's not like you can get your edges with this. These are 1.5-inch plates. There's no way you're going to be able to grip very small hairs on your edges and straighten them. You will still need to use a pressing comb for that part. So if you are a professional, I would say I think it's great so that you don't have to keep picking it up throughout the remainder of the head. But like I said, if you prefer pressing combs, this isn't going to necessarily replace that pressing comb. Now, it will get the roots straight, but we all know pressing combs are just a whole different thing. If you do your hair at home, you will probably love this flat iron. If you have medium to longer length hair, it is going to allow you to get super, super close to those roots, get super sleek and shiny results. And also, you know, you get the benefit of that wider plate. If you have shorter hair, like I mentioned earlier, I actually don't recommend this one for you. I would go get a 1-inch flat iron or something even smaller. This one just is not going to get to the roots the way that you would need it to if your hair is only maybe like 3 or 4 inches. So like I said, if you are looking for something with a wider plate, if you are specifically looking for something that is ceramic coated, and you're specifically also looking for something that will not break the bank, at $110, I think this is an excellent flat iron. Well, that was fun. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you missed the previous one where I reviewed the sensor blow dryer from BabylissPro, please go check that one out. Y'all have a great day. Bye.